Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Senior and Living Today. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I hope you brought some friends with you. Today's topic is living situations. Economically, things have gotten really tough for people out there, and seniors become a target in every way for, our purses, our wallets, our, people stealing our cars, trying to get into our bank accounts, trying to get into our emails. People are trying to get over on us any way we can. So today we're talking about how they're trying to get over on us in living situations and how we can protect ourselves and protect excuse me and protect our homes, because a lot of seniors and baby boomers either own their own home or they have their own place, and there's lots of people who don't, and so they want to take advantage of that. Many people don't have their own place to live, and so they're trying to figure out how they can come in and stay with you. So we need to set up a few guidelines to help them not do that. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you don't allow people to come and stay for an undefined amount of time. Um, and what I mean by that is you don't want people to come and say things like, I just want to stay with you till I get on my feet. I just want to stay with you until I find a job. Can I just stay with you until I find a place? When their intention might be to never find a place because your place is perfect for them. So that's something that you want to watch out for, that undefined amount of time. Legally, in a lot of places, if people come to stay with you and they stay more than 3 days, they're considered a resident. So that's sort of where you want to start gauging how long is this person going to stay with me before you say yes or no. You want to not allow people to have their mail delivered to your house if you're not letting them live there. They need to have that mail go to someone else's house, or they need to get a post office box. But if they're not living there, the mail should not come to your home as if they're a resident. Some people are professional freeloaders, and they see seniors and boomers as gullible, soft-hearted, um, weak. They see us as a entryway for them to be able to take advantage. And although we may be soft-hearted, we're not fools. So there are things we can do to protect ourselves from the perpetual freeloaders that are out there. So, besides not letting people have their mail delivered there, it's really a good idea if they're coming to visit, that you know exactly how long they're coming to visit, and you don't make it comfortable beyond those amounts of days. Um, you want to let them know ahead of time that there are ground rules about their coming. Most of us are pretty set in our ways and we like our space. So we don't want anybody encroaching on our space for too long anyway. If someone is coming to stay with you for a financial reason and they say, I rent a room for you for 30 days? Well, that's longer than 3 days. So if you're going to do that, then I would say that you go online, you get just a generic rental agreement, and you fill it out. You don't say, oh, I know them. You get that, you fill it out, you fill it all out, you make them sign it, you fill out things like pets or no pets, deposit or no deposit, emergency contact number if something happens to them, um, no guest after midnight or no guest more than 24 hours, whatever you would want if you were renting to them for a year, fill it all out. Because if you have to evict them, then you will have that information already, a signature, a binding contract, something to take to court with you. So I say if they're going to stay, get a contract and make sure that it's filled out. You want to, if it is a romantic couples situation, you should have a talk beforehand. And I would say consider what legally is called a cohabitation agreement. And a cohabitation agreement is like a prenuptial agreement, only no nuptials. A cohabitation agreement you would get from a lawyer. Yes, there'll be a fee for it, but yes, it's most likely worth it. And the cohabitation agreement determines what each person is coming into that residence with, and that cohabitation agreement is saying who's leaving with what, who's leaving. Maybe one person is staying if the relationship doesn't work, and it's in writing that the other person will leave. If you acquire things together over that time, a pet, a car, whatever, it determines what's going to happen with that. So you get all the difficult conversations out of the way before you start cohabitating, before you start living together. I think it's an important thing. I think it takes the edge off. It takes off the guessing. It takes off the worry about if I leave, what's going to happen. You're already going to know. So I would recommend a cohabitation agreement if it's going to be a living together situation as a couple. Um, One of the other things that I think people don't think about is if you have an apartment or you have a house and you're renting it, and you let someone come stay with you and you're thinking they're staying too long, I want to evict them, know that you can't because you're not the landlord. You would have to get your landlord involved, let them know that this person is in your place and you can't get them to leave, and your landlord has to go to the courthouse and evict them. So that could be uncomfortable for the relationship between you and your landlord. So also keep that in mind when you're letting people come and stay with you. That even though it's your place, you're not the landlord, so you don't have eviction rights. So I hope that this is giving you something to think about, and that you are not putting yourself in a difficult situation. I hope that this has been helpful to you and that you can share it with your friends, because people can just sneak up with you at a moment's notice. And you want to make sure that you think about this before someone shows up with a suitcase. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Senior and Living Today. Goodbye.